Hello everyone that knows me, and if you don't know me, hello to you all the same. So I just wanted to tell you all about my trip to Scotland, and to start it, I should probably stop talking in an accent.
Which she hasn't stopped doing since she got here.
Megan's annoyed. Anyways,
I'm not annoyed.
She's not annoyed, I just apparently do it a lot. So, to start the day, the transit day / arrival day, I woke up really late because I was supposed to go to family lunch, breakfast. It was breakfast. It was at 10 o'clock, and I was very late because it was just bad. Anyway, so I did that and had a little bit of Christmas, and that was fun. And then...
Wait, so y'all did Christmas early?
No, only half. That's Megan over there. She's over there. Anyways, she'll probably help me a lot. Yeah, so we did that, and then I went back to pack because I hadn't packed yet because I had final the day before. So I wasn't packing, but, yeah. So I went back to pack and make sure all my laundry was done right and get it in the suitcase. And then I went to dinner at Payway with my family so I could have some Chinese food before I left. Yay! And then my mom went back to my house with me and helped me pack more because it wasn't quite done yet. And then, yes. And then we were off to the airport. And then we got to the airport and checked in and did the bag stuff, did the security stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went through, and then I was there, and then I was there for 2 hours. But, cool thing happened. I was walking around, I wanted to look everywhere in the Terminal D, so I went everywhere, basically. And then I was like, okay, so I did the walking thing, so I'm kind of done with that. And then I was like, I want to sit somewhere, but everywhere was like an uncomfortable chair, and I was like, oh my. But then I found this upstairs little area, so I like went up the stairs and I'm like, what's that? And it's like a cantina thing, and I was like, okay, let's walk up there. And there's like TVs and chairs around the TVs, and you can like pick which station you want to like listen to. There's like 3 TVs, or even though I wanted to watch a show and it wasn't like the channels weren't the same, so I don't know why that happened. Anyways, so I was sitting there and it was like big armchairs and it was like super quiet, and like, I guess it was like a secret place because a whole bunch of the airport workers were like there as well, so that was pretty nice. And the cantina had like country music, so I was like, yeah, country music. And I was like, yay, before I leave. And then it was time to board, like I thought. So I went down and I was like, okay, let's sit and wait. But as airports have it, it didn't work on time. So we're waiting, and over the loudspeaker they're like, now boarding, Mr. Badabala, and la 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 la. And so they kept calling those people for like a bajillion times.
Hello.
And it did not work. And so
in the Christmas day, if you
so like totally got delayed, and I was talking to these 2 people. Well, there was like a couple, and then there was like a business person, and and they were like really upset that it was delayed because they kept calling for these 2 people to like come get on the plane. And so they like it was like, okay, our plane is supposed to leave in like half an hour, and nobody was boarding, like it wasn't boarding yet. And then we were talking to the business person that was going to Seattle, and his plane left 10 minutes after ours, and then his plane started boarding. And so we're like, what do we do? And then, so we were just still sitting there, and then I talked to these British people, the British couple that were on their way back to London from a trip, and we were just chatting, and they were telling me all about Ireland, and not Ireland, Scotland. I'm in Scotland. And so telling me about Hogmanay, which is apparently just New Year's, not anything special. And so, yeah. And then finally, like, I don't even know how long it was after we were supposed to, but finally we got to get on board. Like, they started boarding, like, everybody at once. And so we got on board, and I had all my stuff, and I got to keep all my carry-ons, which was good. and put those on, and I had a girl from SMU next to me. I had a window seat. Cool, I love window seats. And so she was, yeah. So she was next to me, and she's actually from Kentucky, and then she went to she went to SMU, thank you. And so she was meeting her brother at the halfway point in between Korea, I think he was in Korea, and Kentucky, which was in Germany. So her parents and her were going to Germany to meet him there for Christmas, which was really nice and really sweet. So it was really cool. And we talked about church and stuff. She is actually Methodist, even though SMU is not really Methodisty, which she told me about. So, yeah. She told me that she loves hymns, which is kind of cool and kind of a lesson learned type of thing, because apparently she and her whole, like, young part of her family just, like, love hymns. Like, it's interesting. Anyways, so we did that. We did the plane thing, and then we chatted, and then we ate our food. Food, yes. Then we had food on the plane, and it was good. And it was like tortellini. It was cheese tortellini with like sauce, and then there was like little side salad.
Oh, you got
and
a
then,
good meal.
I know, and like a little brownie that was like this big. And then I had ginger ale, yeah, and then a little crackers and cheese, a little like a cheese wheel of cheese, you know. It was like little small, but it was Velveeta. It was like cheddar. And I was like, this is Velveeta. It was gross, so I didn't eat it. And then what else? What else did I eat? I think that was it. Yeah. So, yeah, and then we ate.
You said you had shortbread.
No, that was on the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, yeah. Oh, and then she gave me a Benadryl, because I was like, this is not going to work. Because my plan was, let's wake up early on the day I was supposed to leave, and that just didn't work. So I wasn't really tired. Sorry, because I had been reading and whatnot. So she gave me a Benadryl, and I went to sleep for like 5 hours. So is it like I went to sleep at like 12, and then woke up at about 5, like Texas time. So after that, I had like I don't know. Wait, how many hours did I have left? I don't know. I had quite a bit, like either 2 or 4 hours, and so I was reading and whatever. I got a newspaper. That was cool. It made me feel artsy. I was reading the newspaper on the plane. They're like newspapers, and I was like, I love a newspaper. Thank you. And as I was reading the newspaper, I learned about Broadway because I read the arts section. Let's see. Okay, so. And then I got to London. So I got to London, and I was like, oh my. So I get off the plane, and there's people holding a sign that says, like, all these lists of cities, and Glasgow was on this list of cities, and I was like, okay, that's me. And so we went over this lady who's like, okay, you're going to Glasgow, right? And I'm like, yes. And so we got this little orange card that says Express Connection, and I was like, yeah, sweet, we get special treatment, because the other girl was on the Express Connection too as well. And so we're like, okay, let's go. So we're like booking it to our thing, because I'm like, well, crap, my plane leaves in an hour, and probably actually less than that, maybe 40 minutes. And so we're going, and we have this little orange card, and we have to like go up like flights of stairs and like down hallways, and I'm like, I didn't really kind of grasp how like short my connection was, so I was like, hey, I'm looking at things, hello, there's an airport. But apparently I needed to be like running, but I wasn't, and Megan's nodding, yeah, I did that wrong. Anyways, so we were going along, and then we were like, crap, where do I go? And then somebody told me to go to this line, and then somebody told me to go to that line, so I ended up going to that line, and they're like, well, you're going to miss your plane. And I was like, so, yeah, so I went up to the UK, like, I was going to the UK line, like that thing. And, yeah, so they get up there, and they're like, okay, so your plane is, you're not gonna make it. Your luggage isn't going to make it. And I was like, crap. And then, so then he was like, okay, so there's another plane leaving at 5:30, and I was like, okay.
What was that?
I don't know. And then, so I was leaving, and I was like walking, so I had to go back to the rebooking thing, the rebooking line, so I was like, crap. And there's another guy that was going to the same place as me, and I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna have a standing line buddy. No, he did not want to talk to me. Anyways, and he kept cursing, because I guess he was going somewhere and needed to be somewhere. I was like, So, anyways, so I read in line. I was reading about how frogs listen with their lungs and other things like that. Anyways, so I was in the line, and that took forever. And then there was, like, a guy at the front of the line, like, with his little iPad, like, so, where's your trip? And he kept asking people, like, all these questions, like, about their line, and basically he ended up telling all of them, yes, you're in the right place. Like, was standing there so he could help them, like, rebook, but if you had an American Airlines ticket, he couldn't mess with it. So he just ended up saying, oh, yep, you're in the right place, and, like, would move to the next person. I'm like, you're totally helpful, dude. Anyway, so I finally get up to the line, and I'm like, so, I missed my flight, and I need to rebook to go to Glasgow. And she says, okay. And I was like, so I heard that there was one at 5:30. And she's like, yes, but it's in a different airport. And I didn't quite catch that at first because she just said a name, and I was like, huh? And then she's like, you have to, like, taxi there. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So, I found out the next one was actually at 8, yeah?
20. No, 8, yeah.
8. So, I was like, that's 4 hours from now. Awesome! So, I was like, cool. So she gave me the ticket, and then I walked, and then I finally, wait, I have to go through security at that point. Yeah, I had to go through security again. So I had to do the security thing, which they're much more helpful there. They, like, have someone standing right by you, and you're, like, taking your, like, crap off and putting it in the bins, and they have, like, multiple lines that you can, like, choose to go to, and, like, this conveyor belt for the bins, and then the bins come back. Even though when I got to the end, I had to, like, throw, like, 50 people's extra bins in the little thing. Even because apparently grown-ups can't take care of themselves. Anyways, sorry.
No, it's just because they don't care.
Oh, it's just because they don't care. It's not grown-ups. Sorry, grown-ups. I know you're listening. Okay, so... yeah, so I have to go back through security, and then I'm like, crap! On the plane... Oh, I didn't tell you the Dr. Pepper story. The person... Oh, I didn't even tell you what we had for breakfast. Crap! Anyways, for breakfast we had, like, donuts and... No, not donuts. What am I saying? Yogurt and, like, granola and something else, and, like... I had tea. Oh, and the lady found me some Dr. Pepper, because I had asked her for, like, Dr. Pepper, like, 3 times, because I was like, I'm not going to be able to have Dr. Pepper. And then she finally found Dr. Pepper. I was like, sweet, I'm going to save it for Christmas. And then so I put it in my bag. So now, fast forward, back to going through security, and I'm like, crap, I have Dr. Pepper in my thing. I'm, like, in the security line, so I have to, like, walk back out past these people, and I'm like, sorry. And so I'm, like, sitting on the ground outside of the security line, like, trying to drink all of my Dr. Pepper, and, like, I'm, like, Skyping people, because I'm like, well, I don't want to look that awkward, and so I'm, like, trying to enjoy my Dr. Pepper, and it's not working, and then, some guy walks by and, like, ma'am, do you need help? And I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks, sorry. And so I continued drinking my Dr. Pepper. I didn't finish all of it, but anyways, I put it all in there, and then, like, I had to throw that away, and I had to throw another bottle of water away. And so I finally went through, and then I was in the terminal, right? And so I walked from this end of the terminal to that end of the terminal and saw everything, which was cool. And oh my gosh, there's, like, everything there. There's, like, so many posh stores, and, like, I don't even know what other word to describe it besides just posh. Like, there's, like, Tiffany's, and hang on, let me tell you about Tiffany's in just a second. There's, like, Tiffany's and Michael Kors, and, like, what else is in there? Prada, there was Prada, and oh my gosh, just...
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
I don't, like, Chanel probably was there. There's, and
know,
all these super, like, places, and,
know.
like, the Michael Kors thing. Wait, was it Michael Kors or Louis Vuitton or something? Anyways, so, some really bougie place had, like, the girls had, like, turtlenecks, like, long sleeves, and, like, black dresses, and stockings, like white stockings, and gloves, and, like, the side purse, and, like, that's what all the girls were wearing. And, like, there was one store where a guy was in a full, like, tuxedo with tails, and then, like, a top hat, and I was like,
Which store?
I have it somewhere. I wrote it down. I've actually got videos of all the places, and it has a video of the top hat, so I may post those later, but it's kind of a creeper, so if you see it, don't judge, because I'm, like, walking around like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be videoing these things. Look at these places. Yeah, so, anyways. So, I went to Tiffany's, and I was, like, walking in, right? Because I'm like, it's Tiffany's. And it was so nice, and it was, like, all the blue, and I was like, So I, like, walked around, right, and looked at all the little screens, like, such a little girl. And so I walked at all the things, and then some guy was like, would you like some help? And I was like, no, not really. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, can I try this on? And it was a ring. It was like, right? And I was like, and actually like fit on my finger, and I was like, it's like Cinderella. It's meant for me. And then I was like, so, how much is this? How much money did I just put on my finger? And it was like 3,500 pounds, and of course that's like $7,000 in like, yeah.
In dollars.
In dollars. So I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, thanks, you can have it back now. So, but that was really fun. And then there was like this little mailbox that said I could like mail a postcard, so I decided to mail a postcard. So it was really nice.
Who'd you mail a postcard to?
Home.
Like your mom?
Yeah.
Aww.
So, Mom, you'll be getting postcards soon. It's really cute.
Surprise.
Save it. Don't throw it away. Goodness. Okay, anyways. So I left there and, like, tried to go find a place to charge my stuff because everything was dying. And so I went down here and, like, there was a completely empty thing, but so I plugged all my stuff in, and then it wasn't working, and I was like, this is why it's empty. And so I, like, went around to find another place, so I sat there for a while and journaled. And then another girl needed the plug, so, like, I'd been there for, like, an hour, so I, like, moved. And then I went back into Tiffany's, because I was like, you know what? Might as well buy something, right? And so I went back in, and I was like, I went to one of the ladies, and I was like, so, I kind of love Tiffany's, and I'm a college kid, so I don't really have a lot of money, so what would be the most affordable for me? Because I don't want to say what would be the cheapest, because that sounds not classy at all. So I said, what would be the most affordable? And so she walked me over these bracelets, and they're like 87 pounds, and I like got to try one on and like figure out what size I was. And I was like, thank you. I have to go back through this airport, so I'll have to think about it. Thank you. And she was like, oh, you're welcome. So anyways, that was quite nice. And then I walked out, and then I walked around a little bit more, and then it was about time. So I had to... Oh, they don't show you your gate yet. They don't show you your gate
Right,
until like 45 minutes. 45 minutes before. So I was like, I don't even know where my gate is, so I was like walking around until that came on, and then it came on, and then I went to the gate and sat there for a while. And then I finally got on, and then I was in between these two like men that had the headphones in, so I didn't do anything. But we had biscuits, and I had some coffee and biscuits, and it was quite nice. Biscuits are like the little shortbread cookies things.
Biscuits here are cookies.
Biscuits are cookies, yes. And I like them. Anyway, so after that, so my flight was delayed so much that Meagan was going to meet me at the airport, but when she got there, it was the time that I was supposed to get there, and then she figured out that I wasn't going to be there anymore because of Wi-Fi stuff, yeah? Wi-Fi, because you only get like 30 free minutes, so by the time I could tell her, she had ran out or something. Anyway, so she had to go back and study for a final that she had the next day. And so I had to catch a bus, but it's a what is it?
It's a shuttle.
It's a shuttle. Okay, so the bus
It looks like a bus, but it's not a bus.
It's a shuttle.
Because when you go inside the shuttle, there's places to put your luggage. Buses don't have that.
Oh, right, because there's like little trays that you can put your luggage on, right? Okay, so... Which I didn't know that quite at first, and I asked the lady next to me, what's the best way to go about this? Because I had luggage, and I didn't know if they were supposed to put little babies on those and, like, for them to sleep. So, I was like, I don't know where to put my crap. So, I had, stuff. We don't say crap. Anyways, so I finally figured out that I could put my suitcase underneath the thingy, and I had all my other stuff. And so I was on the shuttle, and wheels on the bus go round and round, and and so we went, and Meagan was like, it's okay, they'll tell you where the stops are, and I was like,
because they're
awesome.
Supposed to.
They're supposed to, apparently, but the bus driver said nothing the whole entire time, and I was like, is this my stop? Is this my stop? What if I, like, end up back at the airport? I don't know what to do. And so I was supposed to be going to the Buchanan Airport. No, bus station, not airport. I was already at the airport. So I was going to the bus station, right? Okay, so going to the bus station, and so finally it, like, the last stop was actually the Buchanan bus station, which I figured out because there's, like, loads of buses, right? So that was nice. And so I get off And then Meagan was there!
Yay!
Ah! So, yeah, so she got there, and that was good. And then I saw her, and then it was cold, so I had to pull up my coat.
And it was raining.
And it was raining, actually, so that was grand. Yeah, and then I had my suitcase and my side purse in my backpack. And my suitcase was 50 pounds exactly, so, like, weight, not money. Anyway. So, here we go, going down the... How far was it to your flat?
Oh, did you already do kebab?
No, I didn't go to kebab. Okay, so we, like, walk away, and it was, like,
About 2 blocks to kebab.
2 blocks, and she wanted to take me to get some fish and chips.
Because you wanted to get fish and chips.
Because I wanted fish and chips. Well, obviously, because fish and chips are best. Anyways, so we go to this place called Best Kebab, which has, like, everything. There's, like, kebabs, and, like, there's, like, the meat on the stick thing in the back, and fish and chips. So we had fish and chips. That was quite yummy. And sat and kind of chatted. And then... So then we started walking away from Best Kebab, and then pulling the suitcase. Were we pulling it at that point when it fell?
Yeah, you were like, it was behind you doing like the 4-wheel thing.
Oh yeah, I was trying to just like not actually pull it, just doing like the scoot it along on the 4 wheels, right? So it was like scooting along. But then it fell. Sorry, Mom. So then I decided to push it. No.
Yeah.
Push it?
Yeah.
Push no, I think push it. Anyways, so
yeah, you pushed it.
I think that's when it fell, though. Because I had to end up pulling it.
Oh, yeah, so you did.
Okay, so when I was pushing it, it fell over. And then I was like, well, crap, poop. And then, so, I started pulling it, and it was really heavy, and then I was hot. It was really hot. And it was heavy.
Cold, but...
Well, it was hot, but it was cold. Like, my face was cold, but my body was hot. Anyways, so we get there, and then Meagan, what did you say? You like, do you want to get all your complaining out now or something?
Oh, yeah, because we have to go up a hill and up to the 4th floor.
And I was like, no, she said, do you want to get all your complaining out now? And I was like, no, I think I'm done, unless we have to go upstairs. And she was silent. Smiled. And I was like, we have to go upstairs.
Yes, because
joy!
Elevator.
So we get there, and then she's like, I'm on the 4th floor.
Which is the top floor.
Great. So here I am with all my junk, and I have to go up to the 4th floor. So I'm like, basically just like grappling at the stairs and pulling my suitcase behind me.
I think at one point you actually did that.
Yeah, I was like pulling the sides and like had the suitcase behind me. Oh my, it was just bad. Then we got there, and then we did all that, and then we unloaded. And then we did the whole, I haven't seen you in forever, like, here's stuff that I found for you. And stuff that I found for her was a Hello Kitty that's Christmassy, yay! And then we also exchanged our UNT Christmas jumpers. They're called jumpers here. Anyways, Christmas jumpers, which are quite cute, looks like it's knitted and such. Yeah, And then she gave me this super cute... Oh, I have one too, so they're matching. And then we also have matching cute little tank tops that say bear hug. Isn't that cute? And then little people. I mean bears. They're not people.
And we're the bears.
Oh, we're the bears. And
you're the brown one.
I'm the brown bear, and she's the gray bear. Because the brown bear has little pink leaves around it, so there we go. And then... What else did we do? That was it, right?
Yeah.
And then we slept on the first day.
But that's not the first day.
But it's not the first day, it was the travel day. We decided to call it travel day. The arrival day.
Anyways. I wanted to call it D-Day, but...
D-Day, what does that mean?
It's like the World War II day when like they bombed Hiroshima.
Yeah.
People, it's a phrase. It's a thing.
Well, yeah, but it's like a bad... Anyways, so... yeah. And I'll let you know about what happens next time. What should we do?
Oh, I was going to say bye.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't
Ready?
you about to say bye?
Yeah. Yeah. Bye!